I would like to talk about personalities. Donna personality, Hans personality, Steve personality, Robin Wynn personality, and Carly personality from Valley Hospital Behavioral Health Unit. Her name is Carly, and I know her for about a minute in my world. So first I'm going to say about Donna. Donna's personality is this. This is your savings account for when you get married, for your marriage, right? For your marriage, right? And then there's Hans, who's just very quiet because he picked me up when I was 5 years old. He kissed me on the mouth and died. He never did it again. And why didn't he do it every time he saw me and follow me around the house? He didn't. He stopped, so he died. That means he buried a whole shunt of himself alive, and then the next of himself appeared in the house and kept going on with its life as though it didn't remember what happened to the other one because it didn't go to a funeral. But Hans did go to a funeral of Silly Moser. She's not a Moser, she's silly, she's a senior, and she stole an apartment, and it's stolen because she's a senior, is due outside until she finds herself in a senior asylum. If she can't, she has to try to fight with Hans and fail and get to a senior asylum that way. It's true that he was stronger than her. But he was the driver of the car, and she shouldn't just get in the car because I'm in the car. She should have said no. If I wasn't the only one in the car. She didn't fight with him that he was driving her in a car and she's not myself. Personality of Steve Moser. Steve was very nice to me on a family vacation. He pulled me out of the ocean water. I don't know how old. I remember the swimsuit I was wearing. It was white with some small red and blue on it. It was, I want to say about 10 years old, or I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It was a very nice family vacation. I delighted in the family vacations, even though there was who was paying for it was always the question. So Steve was really nice that time he pulled me out of the ocean, and I remembered that later in my life. He had a house in Illinois, and I called him in 2005 when I was how old was I? So 1977, count until 2005. How many years is that? 28 years old. Okay, so that's when I called him, and the first thing he said on the phone is, "Do you know what time it is?" He actually said he knew who I was on the phone, and that's how he could afford to say it. "Do you know what time it is?" And it was like midnight. Yeah. But the reason I called him at midnight was because I called him from a payphone at a hotel called the Four Queens Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I wasn't living in his house at the time I called him. It wasn't like, "Do you know what time it is? You should be home in your bed." No, he's like, "Do you know what time it is to call him at all?" And I realized that it was late, but it was an emergency. I called him with an emergency, and he about hung up on me that I had an emergency. But well, here's what's wrong with that. If you call 911, they hang up on you in an emergency. So then I want to talk about Carly from Valley Hospital Behavioral Health Unit. Floor. She was just really, she's just recently, there are plenty of people like this. Her personality was really delightful, but I got angry in front of her at some of her co-workers. I didn't get angry at her, but I have a vision impairment and I don't wear my glasses all the time. Sometimes I just go around with the vision impairment and I can't see specifically who I'm looking at. Like I know roughly who they are, but I don't look at if they're looking at me. I don't see their eyes looking at me. If they're depending on where they are in the room. So with Carly, she was just really delightful. She reminds me of Robin Wynn. They're both very nice people, but Carly was a little bit elated more than Robin. Robin's not elated. She's on schedules to be very nice every day. Carly, I just saw her for a short time and she was elated. And I want to say she's elated because she owed me something. That's why she was elated. She was in the presence of myself and elated because it was good time to be near me because she could pay out a house to myself. But she didn't offer. And that's what's wrong with you when you owe me, that you offer me something that I don't owe you, that I say that I need something. You're supposed to find me and know what I need and give it to me. And that's what's wrong with this Carly. She's most recently the one who turned me down with her personality and locked me out of Valley Hospital. And here I am in this apartment a short time later. Charles Toh left on a Saturday, and it's more than a week later. It's about 9 days later, and I've not seen him, and I don't have food. And I need food. I eat every day. And that Carly had an elated personality within the month. And she didn't pay out her house. That's when I need to tell you that I don't need your elated personality. I'll tell you when I don't need it. I don't need it right now. For Carly. I have a whole lifetime of 45 years of continuous alive of myself where I've come across these people. They are cross with myself and they leave me with that they think I'm a homeowner and I can take care of myself. I am a homeowner, but I don't pay the charges. And you keep leaving me with that I'm being charged elsewhere with people who are expecting that you're going to pay the charges and you leave with that you don't pay the charges. That's because the charges are elsewhere. I'm seeing the charges. You don't see the charges when you part ways with myself. Personalities.